This is The Sport, an open and honest conversation about life and love with me, STL Yamumo. Coming up on The Sport.
My friends made me watch porn because I think 12 or 13. So yeah, that's where almost all my sex knowledge comes from until I grew up, and then now I know a few things from books. But yeah, porn. Go porn.
I think science class. We had this amazing teacher when I was in class 5, and I think I was 10 then, and she'd always talk to us about, not the graphics, but at least she gave us an overview of what sex was.
Everything I've watched, and to my first time, worlds apart.
So what's up, everybody? I am STL Yamumo, and I'm with my girls right here, and I would like them to introduce themselves. First up.
Oh, hi guys. Just call me Fia, and I'm STL's friend, so.
Hi, I am Managu. Yeah, because I like Managu. So let's talk sex.
And finally,
hello guys, my name is Pinky. Yeah, and we're here to talk about sex.
So first question, I'd love to know, at what age or at what point did you actually get to learn about sex, and what did you think sex was at that age?
My friends made me watch porn. It was I think 12 or 13. So yeah, that's where almost all my sex knowledge comes from until I grew up, and then now I know a few things from books. But yeah, porn. Go porn.
Okay, so I think science class. We had this amazing teacher when I was in class 5, and I think I was 10 then, and she'd always talk to us about, not the graphics, but at least she gave us an overview of what sex was. Yeah, but I'd say definitely probably class 5, school science, and then class 6 is the first page for the science book is the reproductive system. So I think from there, that's where I pretty much garnered all my knowledge.
So on my side, I feel so lucky. Apart from school, my parents, my mom taught me about sex.
So that's interesting, because I don't know, did you guys get to learn from your parents? So what did your mom tell you about sex?
When I was joining Form 1, yeah, because let me say, kwetu mi nakuanga exposed kuliko wengine. We are only 2 girls, lakini mi ni jumpy. So I guess mamangu aliona huyu akienda huku anaweza, So one, my mom taught me, if you have sex and you're a girl, you'll get pregnant. So mamangu ni alinionyesha venye boy anafaa kuvalishwa CD and all that. So alikuwa ananionyesha na kamti, anaonyesha how you tear the condom and all that, how you valisha, you see. Yeah.
How old were you?
From when I was 12, 13, yeah.
Go you.
Wow, that is really commendable. Some of us, we had to sip on, read books. So fast forward to the first time you actually got to do it. Before you actually got to do it, what was the mental picture like? And then when you got to do it, how was it?
First, everything I've watched, and to my first time, worlds apart. I remember the first time because a lot of the time when you watch porn, everyone is having fun. Me, I was just like, what is going on up in here? Because I didn't feel anything. In fact, I was more worried that something was going wrong. So yeah, for me, it was a weird first experience based on everything I'd seen.
Well, obviously, when I was in high school, I was one of those who thought that they would be virgins till their wedding night. So let me just fast forward to now. First of all, I don't see myself getting married, which is an amazing thing because I want to do other things for my life. And I commend anyone who's married. I'm not bashing anyone who's married. I'm just saying it's not a path I want to venture into. But minds change all the time. So I was those people who thought, it's taboo to have sex before you're married. Because that just came from my Christian background, obviously. And I never had a sex talk, but for us, it was always my stepmom would just tell you, don't get pregnant, because if you get pregnant, me and your dad have already raised you guys, mtajipanga. That was just, so you're like, okay, I guess we are learning this on our own. But my first time was actually amazing. I'm one of the lucky ones. It was my first boyfriend. We dated for a few months. He was amazing. He was gentle. He was very caring to my needs. And yeah, I'd say my first time was actually amazing. And I remember how I felt. I was just like, this is the weirdest feeling I have ever felt in my life, because it's just different. It's new, obviously. Getting an orgasm is something that you haven't experienced before. So the first time you get it, it's like the first time NASA discovered Mars, like just that bliss and miracle, like, oh my God, what is this feeling? It's like the first time a child onjas ndimu or something, like something they've never tasted before. So I guess, yeah, I'd say my experience was actually pretty dope, very nice, very romantic. He went out of his way to impress me, and he was very kind, and he was my first boyfriend, so he was a really nice guy, and yeah, I had a good first experience, I'd say that.
That is one like in, I don't know how many, 100,000 maybe. Your first time. So first, I expected to bleed, as in, as in excessively, as in, so I was expecting. So after sex, blood will be all over and all that. Also expected a lot of pain, like a lot, kabisa. So like all that time, I'm like, kwani ile time ya damu haifiki, you know, as time ya pain bad, yeah, na ile pain extreme, because that is what I was expecting. Lakini it wasn't so bad, lakini it wasn't good, as in nikiangalia experiences zenye nimehave, as in it wasn't good. Yeah.
But even bad because you didn't bleed. Yeah. So you're fine.
Okay, first of all, kuna point hapo ime come through, like the fact that the notion inakwanga there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of bleeding. So for me, I didn't feel any pain. I think it was a nice experience. Like I was like, okay. I was waiting for the pain, but there's no pain. Yeah. So did you?
I had a bit of pain. For me, I just expected to make funny noises. Anyway, I was spoiled badly. So for me, but I didn't have any pain. I just spent a lot of the time going like, where is that point where people start screaming? That's the point I was waiting for.
Effects of watching too much porn.
Yes, which, as Pinky said, for me, now a few years later with more experience, I was like, my first time was bad. That was bad. Dropped the ball badly. Yeah.
So clearly your first time, both of you, was bad, but for her it was nice. The whole experience was nice, but what was exceptional?
Everyone said they felt pain. For me, I think what had happened was my boyfriend then had done a lot of research. Well, I was a virgin, and he obviously knew, like, of course,
there's more experience.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it was weirdly enough, it was my age, but he knew a lot. So, but you know, boys, I think they've already experienced so many things. So I think for him, it's like, do I say he marinated me? By the time it figured that point for penetration, like I was already very much marinated and I didn't feel pain. Okay, and of course I expected blood, not in excess, but I watched a few movies and maybe there was just some bit of blood. But like I said, it was just a new feeling. Like, it wasn't painful. I felt like I wanted to scream. And let me just kill y'all right now. Like, when it happened, the first penetration, we both said, I love you at the same time. So I know it's crazy. Because I've literally had friends who had it in a parking lot, you know, like, the first time they're like, hey, mine's due, back in the car. And I'm like, wow, I'm just about to spoil your day, because mine was magical. It was magical.
Hers was definitely magical, but you know what made the two of you do it the second time? Because clearly the first experience wasn't good, but what prompted you to actually do it the second time? One, curiosity, because like I wanted to know, is it done this way every time? Each and every time, is it this how it's done? So yeah. And also, you know, the first time you do it, like you want to know, let me see the second time. And then now that time, it's like your experience, so you know how to explore, you know how to do this. Yeah. Ushatupeleka mpaka round 3, but yeah. The second time,
hormones when my body was feeling like I want. Had kissed enough. I was like, it's time we get over with this. We need to try something more. So yeah, hormones. I blame hormones. It had nothing to do with anything else but hormones. Yeah.
Okay. So definitely this is the conversation. You can interact with us. Let us know what you think about what we're talking about. So all of us have talked about our first time experiences, though a mixture of greatness and not so good memories. We live to learn and to have more experiences. But the one thing that made me want to start this particular podcast was that I felt that ladies are not that open to talk about what they want with their partners. What is that one thing maybe one of your partners has done that you felt you would have preferred it done other way, and what you prefer?
I think men rush to the pussy when women have 5,000 other body parts that feel absolutely amazing. So I feel like guys are always in a hurry to focus. For them, it's their pleasure point. That's what ticks them. Their nipples don't feel anything. Okay, some. But for them, that's what gets them going. So I feel like they're always in a rush to get there. While for us ladies, it can as well be a non-issue.
What's your pleasure point?
I have many. That's a problem. Everywhere.
That's like a whole lot of pleasure.
It's to me now. The one thing that a guy has ever done to me sexually that I didn't like was like the first time I went to see him in his house. And then the way my girl here said, no, like foreplay, like it's just like bend over and now we start. For girls we need like preparation. Not even preparation. Si tunaingiwa, man. Do you understand? So we need lubrication. We need nini. Tunafaa kumarinate. Nika kutayarisha food. Now these people wanataka kula tu mbichi, and we end up being the ones in pain. And sometimes we even fake things to make them go away faster, because when you unaanza inaweza haribu mood yote. So
marinate.
I think for me it was more or less what I've experienced. So for me, I don't like fucking like a rabbit. Like,
what does that mean?
For me, that's like really fast. Like pa pa pa. Let's go to the fridge. Let's go to this. I'm like, yo, like. First of all, it's not that I'm not flexible, but I realized now that I'm older, I think when I was younger, that used to turn me on as well. But now that I'm older, I'm more into the more sensual kind of sex. And it's so crazy because I tell people nowadays my best style is missionary and me being on top. It's actually the best because that's how I come. And so also finding those partners who are patient with you. And I think probably the person I'm with is just amazing. Well, I'm not with him. I'm just fucking him. Let's just be clear. But at first we started off with the fast fucking, and well, as we got to know each other, I guess we started becoming vocal about what we'd like in the bedroom, because also maybe there are things I was doing that he'd prefer done a certain way. And so by the time we're fikaing that point where right now, like we could also, I used to wonder, these people who fuck for like over 30 minutes, are you guys serious? You don't have places to be. But apparently, the thing with sex, and this is what I've learned in the few years that I've had it, it has to be, how you're in the morning, you wake up and you're praying for a peaceful day, but you also have to be the person who's peaceful. You see, that's the thing. You also pray for your own peace and for everyone else's peace, and then that's how you'll get a peaceful day. So when you're having sex, when you're constantly thinking about how to please your partner and they're also thinking about how to please you, then you guys come at the same time. And I'm telling you, I come at the same time with him. It's like we know our bodies and he knows where to touch me. And it's also because I've been vocal. And because also when we're having sex, I'm not thinking about my orgasm, I'm thinking about him, and he's also thinking about him. And so we pleasure each other without even knowing that's what we are doing. So sex should be something that is a give and take. If you really want to enjoy yourself, let me tell you, like women, the only person who has an organ that is only for pleasure is a woman. The clit has over 8,000 nerves. Can you imagine? So that's why our orgasms are so intense. Yeah, there's the vaginal orgasm, there's the clitoral orgasm. You see, like there's squatting and all that thing. Like imagine, that's like women are so complicated, so complex. Thank you, God. But then now when us we figure the climax, let me just tell guys out here, you definitely want your woman to figure the climax. That image will never leave you, knowing that you've pleased a woman, that every inch of her body is shaking from pleasure, that all she can do is just say, oh my God, that was amazing. Like, who doesn't want to hear that? Exactly. So yeah, that's my take.
Wow, looks like Rue turns out to be our sex expert for today. learning all about biology and how the chemistry comes into play. I think in the future tutakuwa tunaongea about the types of orgasms. How about what do you like, and what was done to you that you felt could be better?
So let's start with things that are done not only to me but general. No. So first, if you're having some funny smells, at least everyone, it's okay, you sweat and you do all that. Lakini if you're like almost having sex, at least tell me, so baby, can we go have a shower and all that? As in, be smart. Another thing, like during foreplay, maybe you're a bad kisser, that's a turn off. It's if you're all of us dream, I think
we're all in agreement that bad kissers are a turn off.
Kissing is more intimate than sex. Sure. Like I can literally fuck someone without kissing them. But like if I kiss you, dude,
there's magic in that. There's some magic in kissing and all that. Also, the way you play with your hands around the woman's body. Kuna watu hawajui kushika mtu, like uko say.
Especially the boobs part.
Especially the boobs. Manze, they're so delicate and all that. So the way you play with your hands on a woman's body also, it matters. When you do the foreplay and all that, ata dem tu anajipeana. As in, yeah, you both enjoy the sex and all that. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, so much for today. I think that's why we wrap things up for now, but we'll be back. Do let us know what you'd love us to talk about. We're open to, having this sex talk. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex.